back! It's Quarry forever!
Do you like games like Until Dawn, Detroit: Become Human, or any of Telltale Games' video games? Then look no further than The Quarry, coming out on June 10th, 2022. You heard me right, this game will be launching in less than 2 months, and if you are a fan of story-driven, movie-like games like Until Dawn, you will be happy to know that developer Supermassive Games is releasing a spiritual successor to that game in the name of The Quarry, available this summer. This narrative-heavy, choose-your-adventure horror game wears its influences on its sleeves, with clear and obvious odes to movies like Friday the 13th, The Hills Have Eyes, and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, to name a few. This game takes a more silly and humorous route by adding its own dose of team drama into the mix, just like Until Dawn, to add a horrific yet somewhat comical flair to the game's narrative. Like what you're hearing so far? Stick around as I go over the many reasons why The Quarry should be on your radar as a potential must-own game of 2022. The Quarry is said to be a spiritual successor to Until Dawn, and is unashamed to be retreading familiar territory established with that game. The Quarry seeks to perfect the award-winning formula established in 2015's Until Dawn by delivering a more technologically sound game in a different setting while still playing around with its predecessor's themes. Take a group of 9 teenage camp counselors at a remote camp in upstate New York, introduce some deadly horrors to the campsite and its surrounding areas, and watch as your decisions play out throughout the night. Will you try to pair up your favorite characters for some teenage romance, or would you rather kill them off and see how the story unfolds? This is the very essence of what made Until Dawn such a smashing success, and will undoubtedly make this game to be just as great. With a talented cast of actors playing the roles of teenage counselors on a harrowing night in upstate New York, and with years of experience under its belt with other games such as the Dark Pictures anthology, Supermassive is seeking to perfect its teen horror drama in The Quarry, and is making sure you, as the consumer, have the most fun with it as possible by adding a slew of features that would make the experience better suited to your desired method of play. Gameplay is nearly identical to that of Until Dawn, as you operate one character at a time through different chapters, giving you plenty of time to search areas for items on your journey or things to interact with that may make lasting impacts on how the narrative unfolds. With many difficulty options to customize your game, you can make it as demanding or as chill an experience as you want. For those who aren't very familiar with playing games, players can enable a mode that will allow you to input how you want each character to act by assigning traits to them before the game starts, allowing you to put the controller down and have the game plot its course according to your character inputs. As Until Dawn was designed to be a single-player game that ended up being incredibly popular with groups, Supermassive Games has created offline and online game modes that make it easier than ever to share the experience. If you want to play local multiplayer, simply pass off the controller to other people in your party when the story cycles through its characters, just like Until Dawn and the Dark Pictures anthology. The online features are incredible, as if you'd like to play the game while online with friends, only one person in your party needs to own the game while everyone else downloads the free demo version of the game. This will essentially allow the host to share the game with other players and play multiplayer. How multiplayer works while online is everyone who is watching the host will vote on what transpires in each of the game's numerous diverging paths. Want the character to pick up a mysterious talisman on the floor? Or should the character forget about it and hastily try to get out of the area? Players will be able to vote on what should transpire, leading to some truly hilarious and memorable moments with your party. Supermassive Games has mentioned that there will be significantly more endings in The Quarry than Until Dawn, which hopefully means that there will be even more meaningful replay value that significantly alters the flow of the game. Although the player could ultimately achieve many different outcomes in Until Dawn, the game's story still went down the same path, leaving changes in endings mainly revolving around which characters were still alive. Hopefully, The Quarry addresses some of Until Dawn's shortcomings in this regard by having the story change significantly and result in drastically different outcomes with this game's greater focus on delivering more endings. Along with its focus on offering more diverging paths, The Quarry is also reportedly trying to appeal to a broader audience by leaning less on the gameplay. By giving the player more control with how the game plays, by introducing a plethora of difficulty modifiers and relying less on jump scares and more on building tension as the night spirals deeper and deeper into madness, Supermassive is hoping that these changes will attract a larger audience to enjoy this new game. If you are worried that this game may be less scary as a result, then don't fret, because this game will still deliver on the horrors that Until Dawn did in spades. Just expect the Quarry to reveal to you its horrors in different ways without relying too much on sudden jump scares or pulsating noises. The Quarry will be releasing on June 10th, 2022, less than 2 months out, and as this game was just announced in March of this year, The Quarry is slated to be potentially the biggest game releasing this summer and will surely be an instant hit among YouTubers and streamers alike, just as Until Dawn was when it released nearly 7 years ago. The Quarry is shaping up to be a game that many of us wanted. Not a huge departure from Until Dawn, but more of that style of game, but with noticeable and meaningful improvements to its graphics, controls, decision making, and replayability. So, will you be picking up the Quarry at launch, or will you wait to see the price go down and then pick it up at a later time? Let me just tell you, getting some friends around to play a game like this is some of the best moments you will have with a video game. These games are incredibly fun to share and deliberate with your friends as to how the story should unfold, so I say without a shadow of a doubt that this will be a game well worth picking up for that aspect alone. Look forward to my review of the game coming out shortly after the game releases. If you like this video, then go ahead and support this channel by brutally mashing that subscribe button and drop a comment on the video. Let me know about your thoughts of the Quarry and if you've played Until Dawn or other games like it before. That about does it for me in this video. Have fun out there and I look forward to seeing you all in the next one. Peace!